I definitely think the ghost is real. I think he's just out there looking for love, man. They're looking for love.
I think Chester's real because I've seen some shit go down that I can't explain.
Yeah, Chester's real.
I don't really have any stories about Chester, but I mean, the elevator doors here like close on people all the time. So there's that.
I've never interacted with Chester or seen him or had any weird experiences, but I have been to the caves and those are super creepy and they're supposedly haunted, so don't go in there alone.
Whoever Chester is, I don't believe in ghosts, I believe in demons. That's all.
I don't have a direct experience with Chester, but I do have a direct experience with the Caves ghost. We were striking Bloody Bloody into Jackson, and I was down in the catacombs putting away some stools. And part of the area, it's basically where they have like taken away the foundation, and it's a clay floor, and it's just piles and piles and piles of furniture. And there's one area where you literally have to crawl under things to get to an open room in it. And so I was putting stools away in there, so I crawled through the little crawl space, and as I was putting stools away, the entire group I was with starts running away. And so I am stuck in this little area with everyone running away, and I'm holding a stool, and I turn around, and as I turn around, a pile of stools just collapses. And so I really quickly crawled back under the crawl space, and I ran out, and I've never gone back in there again because I'm terrified.
I think how it normally comes up is someone will talk about the superstitions of theater. It almost always comes up because somebody corrects me when I say Macbeth, and they're like, oh no, you should say the Scottish play. And then I have to say, well, we're not in a theater, or, if we were downstage in Turner, yeah, but we're in a classroom, we're fine. And so then they'll be like, oh, there's superstitions about theater, and then I'll mention Chester. So, and I know that some of the SFA 101 classes talk about him too.
My understanding of Chester is that he mostly stays in Turner, but I know of stories where he's run around on the 3rd floor.
Somebody told me. Who was it? It was some of the seniors. I think it was like the senior named Kat. She was really cool, but she was telling me, and I was like, you can't be serious. And then stuff started happening, and I was like, dude, I believe.
I went to college here in the 70s, and one of the first things I heard when I came here was about Chester, and to be careful that there was a ghost in the Fine Arts building, and not to stay there late at night. And as a theater major, of course you stay there late at night, so everybody was always hyper aware of, any sound or anything happening.
We do a high school workshop, theater workshop over the summer, and I was adjudicating it. And at the end of the show, during the curtain call, there was this man on stage in the middle of the stage as the lights were going down. And then when they came back up, he was gone. And I was thinking, like, what? There wasn't a grown man in this show. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. That had to be Chester.
My first experience with Chester was a few years ago during the high school theater workshop that goes on. We were practicing for our show on the main stage, and while I was on there, I could have swore that I saw a figure standing up in the shadows, but I knew that nobody else was in the building beside us at the time, so it was pretty freaky.
In terms of me, oh man, we had one encounter during Little Shop of Horrors, and that was freaky. It was me and Steven, Steven, and Carly, and we were working in the back room. There's like a paint loft behind the stage, and that's where we hide all the other stuff that we need to hide during the show, so the audience can't see it, such as like costumes and stuff, and then we bring stuff out, and people change in there, stuff like that. So we had the giant Audrey plant. It was this huge plant that they used on Broadway. It was huge, and everything was fine, but Steven heard about the ghosts, and Steven, he's the type, he's like, I don't believe in ghosts. Like, it's fine, I'm gonna call the ghost out, and I'm over here, I'm like, I wouldn't do that, man. Like, I don't mess with ghosts, you know what I'm saying? But so he was calling the ghost out. He was like, "Oh yeah, Chester, like if you're really here, like, you know, how about if you make something happen? Like, how about if you do this and that?" And I'm not playing when he did this, because we were standing on the steps when he said this one show. It was like during the show. He was like, "How about if you do something?" And I was like, "Okay, like what the heck?" And then all of a sudden, this stack of papers just like it was like papers like I'm not playing. It's crazy, man.
I've heard stories. The only experience I've had, I used to teach a musical theater class over in the Fine Arts Building, and often there, and I don't know what it was from, but there were sort of orbs, is the best way I can describe it, in the room. They looked like small balls of light that would float around occasionally, and it was usually when someone sang a very emotional song. I don't know what it was. It was there. And it's in photographs too a lot of times.
Would you like to say anything?
It's about Chester.
Chester, the ghost.
Travis. I was using the 3rd floor bathroom. I was the only one in the bathroom, and I walked out of the stall, and all of a sudden there's like a sink, like running water, and then it shut off, like by itself. I was terrified. I ran out.
The 1st floor restrooms. I was in the bathroom by myself, and all of a sudden the stall next to me started opening and closing. And I was like, okay, well that could just be the AC. So I get out and I start washing my hands, and the stall that I was just in opened back up. And I was like, okay. And as I go to walk out, the stall slammed shut. And I was out of there. I was done. I was like, nope, never again.
Also, I thought his name was Travis.
Whether it's real or not, I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't be real if you were a math student, but to a theater student working on a set late at night, it might be pretty real.
Oh, enjoy it and don't be scared. You know, it's like we always hear about theater ghosts, but we so rarely ever hear about theater ghosts doing anything bad. They do naughty things, you know, they hide your shoes, they show up in pictures, you know, but they don't. I've never heard of a time when a theater ghost actually hindered a performance or anything like that. That's usually for the horror movies.
Well, I think people in the arts are, they are hypersensitive, so maybe they're a little bit more aware and attuned to such things, and also have a tendency to believe in things like that a bit more.
And he hasn't really bothered anybody, I guess, so, you know, why not live in peace, right?
It's like, don't mess with ghosts, you know what I mean? Don't talk to them, don't pull out no Ouija board, don't say, hey, what's up, like, talk to me. Nah, listen, do you, it's gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? That's how I live my life, like, I'm just gonna do me, and you're gonna do you, and we're not gonna mess with each other, like, it's all good, you know? So I would just say, you know, the incoming people, just stick to yourself, talk to human beings. That's how it works. You'll be good.
He's just chilling. Ghosts do what they want. They're gonna show up when they want to show up.
Well, don't be frightened of it. Just be glad that you're that sensitive and that attuned to the possibilities of the world.